Greetings, greetings, ETTL podcast, episode 20. May 23rd, Tuesday, May 23rd to be exact. So, recently, while I've been working on that, the shoe zine that I mentioned, and it was kind of a lot. It's kind of a lot to take to kind of planned a big project, I like the concept and it's achievable. It just, I just kind of like, it's just a lot of work, a lot of illustration work, and it's time consuming. I'm down for the challenge. It's just once the 23rd comes around, it's like Exit to the Light Zine podcast airs on 23rds, and then the posters were going to be like Air Jordans airs 23rds. That was the whole concept, and the 23rd is still a good day. I'm getting more into the what do you say? The rhythm of things. Let me bust this out. I bought Procreate like a couple weeks back, and I'm gonna do the finish that project with this thing. So, let's see. I guess you gotta plug the Apple Pencil in to use it. I still don't know how to use this thing correctly. So this is kind of like I see like vlogs and stuff. They're like abbreviations that I don't know, like get ready with me and like some other stuff. So this is learn Procreate with Exit to the Light Zine, whatever that abbreviation would be. Let's see. So I plug this in here. Oh, dang it, you need that other plug. Dude, just work. What the heck? Why do I have to plug it in? Okay. Anyways. Procreate. tap. We tap twice. So so that's how you go into Procreate. And then there's this little tool here. And then all this stuff. All this stuff right here, I don't even know what it does yet. So let's see. Light interface, right hand interface, dynamic brush, scaling, project canvas, brush cursor, advanced cursor settings, pressure and smoothing, gesture controls, rapid undo delay, selection mask visibility, size and opacity, toolbar. Well, let's get the backspace down. Double tap. Yeah, double tap. There you go, forward. What's the shortcut for that? I don't know what the shortcut for that is. But double tap deletes. But you can go forward with the arrows at the bottom there. Let's put that on hold for a second. Put that on hold. It's not even the mic side on that side. So the talked about this the last time, but the mic I was using was on the iPod, iPhones, headphones. Those are pretty good. And these beats are really good. I like the noise cancellation that you get in here. And then the mic's really good. I think it's probably a little better than the iPod mic. But those fall out your ear, and I don't like that. I used to skate like 4 hours a day in Sacramento, and like to that point, I bought like a gang of headphones because they would always rip when I was skating. I wish I had some of these, but the downside of these things, I don't like how they rub on your neck. You know what I mean? It's not like a a soothing feeling or whatever. It's uncomforting, but so I hope the sound quality is good because in the mic it sounds good, but I'm thinking about investing in a mic, and I was doing research on which mics are the best because I like the ones with the little boom boom thing like that, and then they got some that are just right there. So doing a lot of planning in the background. This right here is my portfolio, my tattoo apprentice portfolio. So I've been getting back into the creative stuff. So that's that's what that is. So I plan to like kind of like roam around Seattle and go hit up different tattoo shops and see which one um, is the right fit. So we kind of go through this, just kind of like glance at it and stuff. The annoying thing about this, using this as a mic, is like you got to hold the mic, and then every time they hit the other side of the headphones, it's like you get all that noise going. But this is like, you know, exit to the light zine, exit light and zines, gardening, design with the green, the prints that match the color that, you know, so when you go print your stuff, you want to make sure that the printer could even print the colors that you have in the file, because I mean that's how you made it. So if you're gonna be trying to sell some stuff, that's something to consider. If you're not selling it, still the artwork looks different than the original work. So I mean that does bother me. Maybe that don't bother you, or you can't notice. Some people don't notice those things. This is like some Photoshop work, Illustrator type of stuff. I don't even know if this is getting in the camera or not. The the sound is on the podcast, but the the video, I don't know. My freaking head might be getting cut off or whatever. But whatever. If my head's like halfway on there, we'll just like throw a logo exit to the light zine logo over it and then boom. And then however crappy that looks, that's how it'll be. And then some black and white stuff, alphabet, some kind of like tattoo flashes that once I started like kind of thinking about tattoo flash art and stuff like that. That's this is like one of my first illustrations right here. I want to get this one done, or actually both of these. I plan on getting both of these done. I don't know which tattoo shop, but somewhere in Seattle. That's the plan. Need a little popper stopper on this thing, or just let me see. So that's that. There's like think about. Let's see. There's about 16 different illustrations in here. I mean, 16 pages worth, but like different styles. That's more like black and white, tribal. Some some letter designs that I did. ETTL zine, just showing like, excuse me, different letter styles that I can do. Um, Then going back to that, there's still like letter work there. And that's the alphabet there. Original letters that I came up with back when I was like 27. I had like about 8 different alphabets I had came up with. That's before I went to like art school. I was just constantly like drawing at that time. But yeah, I kind of stopped making art. But this is the portfolio. I'll do like a um, better, what you may call it, setup. This is annoying. I want to get another mic. Just not comfortable messing with this thing. Let's see here. So I just got this in the mail. It's supposed to be black, like a zine, but it's not. But I think it still looks cool. I got it because like the whole exit to the light zine concept. So boom. And what this is for is this. Boom, boom, boom. So now exit to the light zine a little bit more official. What do you think? If you have an iPad 10th gen, you can get one of these little um, zine looking things right here. And then the cool thing too is once this thing's charged and all that, put it in there, you know, close it up, close up shop, boom. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what color iPad you get, especially if it's like the most expensive one, because you can't freaking see it. You can only see that little area right there. So I wouldn't even trip off that. And it actually wasn't. This was for my son, but he already got one, so it's mine now. So thanks. Thanks to his relative that got him that. And then now I got me an iPad because I wasn't going to buy me one because I don't like a lot of stuff. I am a minimalist, so I don't like a bunch of crap because then that's more stuff to worry about. So that was another reason. Hold up. Check, check. Yeah, that was Another reason why I didn't want whatchamacallit, um, just to be doing art, because then you accumulate a bunch of work. And then if you're not trying to sell it, then you have to freaking hold on to all that stuff. So I like um, making physical art is cool, like prints and, um, you know, painting on physical objects because then people can, there's more value because then people can have that object, and then if it means something to them, then they can have it, own it. So, but then you got to get into sales and if you don't like selling and crap like that. So it's been a long trip, but I had stopped making art once I went to the army, which was in 2012. Then I was in the army till 2015. And then, before I went to the army, I got married. I was 28 at that time. So a lot has happened since then. And I didn't really talk about it, you know. I didn't really want to get into it because it's not really about art. I mean, I could make a zine about everything or anything. That's why I chose the podcast to be Exit to the Light Zine for multiple reasons. But for a zine segment, I could make, whatever the topic is. But then gardening and design stuff, there's just like wide range of things you can focus on. But so just for now, like um, well, I've had a lot more time lately. When I was in, I used to go to the Art Institute in Sacramento back in like 2007. I started, and I'd ride like the light rail and the bus like every day to get to school and stuff like that. Prior to that, I was like riding the Greyhound to Sacramento every day from Stockton, and this is in California. Sacramento and Stockton are like pretty close, but kind of a ways. The album I used to listen to like constantly at that time was it year zero by 9 Inch Nails. But yeah, back then um, we were living in Rancho, and then um, the I had an ultimatum was like go back to Stockton, but and like find a job. But I was working at the River Cat Stadium, and well, not there at that time. I had worked there too, but um, I only had like two more classes to finish before I was going to the army, and I didn't want to move back to Stockton because I would have had to find another job and job market, all that type of stuff. So what I chose to do was get a storage, put my stuff in the storage, then get my sleeping bag, and then go sleep at the bus stop, like prepare for the night, hoodie, jeans over, you know, Adidas pants, um, two hoodies, beanie, whatever. I didn't have a smartphone back then. I had the old Metro phones, the little one that you play Snake on. Like that was the only cool game on there. I had one of those phones, but it was still cool for a light. But so I'd get ready for the night, go to the bench, sleep there, get up, go brush my teeth, get ready for school, go to school, shower at school, go to work, and then like chill out, whatever I'm gonna do, art show or something, whatever I was gonna be doing that day. Um, go back to the storage before they close, prepare, do that over and over until um, I got tired of that. Then I told my boy, like, hey, dude, is it cool if I pay rent and like move in or whatever? Because it kind of sucked. You could see like roaches under the bus bench and stuff like that. They never crawled on me, but they were just like, hey, what's up or whatever. And then I was like, I don't know. It's kind of crazy. But so while I was doing that, it was getting closer to leaving to the army because I only had a portfolio class, which is basically like showing off your work to whatever company you're gonna work for, want to work for, whatever. And I didn't really want to show my work because I know I'm capable of like way better work than I already had made, but I had some pretty good work anyways. But then I had bookbinding class and I was late to class, so I didn't pass that class. But he said if I was on time, I would have passed, which sucks because I did the work and the project came out pretty cool. Um, we did a exercise on like different designers, and I picked David Carson, I think it was. He's from Corpus Christi, Texas. I think if that was right, if I still remember. But I don't even have none of my artwork because, well, at that time when I was sleeping on the bus stop, you know, that was prior to leaving. And then I ended up, time came, didn't pass that class, and I didn't um, pass the portfolio class. So I would have had my associate's degree like years ago. And then once I got in the army, I thought it would be easy to just, get it done while you're in the army. So that's something to consider if you're going to the military for education. It's not, if you got a busy schedule, it's not easy. So that's something to consider. And then if your school doesn't even have like online classes or whatever you're studying, on the online version of that subject you're getting a degree in, then might be harder, might be easier, depends. So I went to the army, got out, was married this whole time. But while I was in the army, even when I was deployed in Kuwait, I was still having like, this is not to like pick on any character because I'm not perfect either, but this is basically, the point is to show why I kind of stopped making art. And if your life is not as busy and you really like art or love it, then you should uh, just kind of like, I didn't want to be self absorbed, into art, because then I felt like I wouldn't be um, spread out enough to like appreciate other things. So that was my take, but this is why I stopped and kind of why I'm getting back into it. So just, arguments and normal stuff for marriages, I guess, from what I've heard, you know. The only things you know is the examples you see or stories you hear. So now 23, and I got raised like getting spanked and stuff like that. I love my mom. Happy birthday. Thank you for everything. Um, Getting spanks is kind of like normal. It's a normal thing for me. So when I had have two boys, now a baby girl, and I haven't really seen my baby girl because of spanks, which is kind of might sound weird, might not. Probably most artists probably never got spanked. You know, I forget what artist. What is that movie? Beautiful Losers. I was in Tower Records in Sacramento. Tower, I think it's Tower Books and Video or something like that. It used to be like on Broadway. I think that was a street, and then the Tower Theater's like across the street. But I went in there. It wasn't the bookstore, but I used to go in there too, or whatever that is, the one that was next to it. I know if you're from Sacramento, you know what I'm talking about. But I went into the Tower, which ended up turning into Dimple Records later. But so I went in there and I seen Beautiful Losers, and I just like the artwork on top. And then there's always this Spike Jones one. I always wanted to get because the art was cool on that one too, but I never even watched it. That's probably one I want to watch soon. But so I went in there. Anyways, the artist in there, he's like a professional skater for um, Toy Machine. My bad, forget dude's name. And the documentary film is super cool. Beautiful Losers is one of my favorite films. But it's tangent time. It's my weakness sometimes. But so that dude, um, dang it, I'm losing the point. Well, this is real life. This is what happens. But trying to connect too many things with a freaking visuals. So maybe I'll like add what the heck I meant uh, to talk about what my point was, anyways. So I got that, and this is just what got me to get back into art. That was the point, or what made me stop. So got two kids, three kids, and so I haven't seen my daughter the last year pretty much, or my two sons, because of Spanx. That was that part. And well, so I'm barbecuing one day, and Battery's low on this. We're already at 35 minutes. Um, Thanks for listening so far. So, barbecuing, kid comes in, throws food on the floor, and I'm gonna spank him. Hey, what are you doing? Normal routine stuff. But my wife gets in the way and like, you're not gonna spank him. I'm like, what? You know? Which is weird because that's like a normal thing. If a kid does something bad, you spank them. That's it. There's nothing more than that, you know? So I go to spank him, push her out of the way. She has a bruise under her arm. She takes a picture of it. And so, you know, she threatens to call the cops, you know, and like, and I'm pretty pissed off. I hate being threatened, you know. So they leave, and I'm like getting ready for work and junk like that. Cops show up, and they're like, hey, you gotta leave, you know. And this is like a whole year. It's almost been like a year since that day. And after the cops tell me, hey, you gotta take off and don't come back, or we could arrest you, you know. So from that day on, which was like a year ago coming up, that day I started living in my car. So everything I had was in my car because I couldn't go back to my house because of this incident. So I just kept working, couldn't see my kids. So, you know, consider your decision on marriage and how much you love art and creative things because things like this can happen, you know, not to mention your kids' relationships and stuff because of other people, you know. So that's why I haven't been really dealing with, or not dealing, but I've been dealing with this, but I haven't been creative because there's other things to focus on when you have other priorities. So now that I don't have the option to see my kids unless I pay like 150 for 2 hours to hang out with them with someone there, which seems like a ripoff, even though I love my kids. It's weird. Plus, it is a ripoff, and um, it just sucks, you know. Not to mention, now I have to go to some anger management class, which cost me $1,700, and I'm getting a divorce, which cost me $5,000 for the lawyer, and I don't know if it's going to be more than that, but at least for the classes that I have to take, because the court said um, that was 1,700, and I got to go to those. But once that crap's done, then that'll be one less problem to worry about. And I paid the lawyer, so he has his 5,000, and then I'll be divorced, and then that'll be less stress off my back. But in the meantime, exit to the light scene, Procreate 10th gen iPad, my Galaxy S23, I think it's called, Apple Pencil. Um, tattoo apprentice portfolio for Seattle, Washington, 2023. Stay tuned. Incense cup my mom gave me. I love you, Mom. I love you. Thank you for listening. ETTLZ. Hold on. Oh, I got this little cover for the what's that called? iPad for the glass or whatever. The heck is this? Oh, got some fake skins for the tattoo machine. Um, I got this is a long podcast. I don't even know if this thing is recording or not. Is it? Yeah, it looks like it. Okay. Well, I got dynamic. Is it supposed to sound like that? Sounds like something's inside of there. Is that normal? I don't know. I never bought tattoo ink before. So this is my first purchase of tattoo ink. It's dynamic. So with my fake skin, tattoo gun. Stay tuned for that. What is this? That. So I don't know. I'll look at that later. Some car stuff for projects. Oh, this. How does this work? Go in there. Oh, looks like that comes out. This is hard to get this on. Very easier way. Dang. If you buy these Apple Pencil covers, they're freaking hard to get on. Maybe there's like some easier way, but this is an Apple pencil cover. Bro, this is crazy. Hard to get on. Dang. Or dang, my bad. Maybe the good old twisteroo. That ridiculous. It's ridiculously difficult. Dang, I reached the max recording time. So, Externalizing Podcast 20, ETTLZing. Drop me email, externalizing at Gmail, Instagram, Twitch, all that.